ladies and gentlemen. I haven't given you some good beard stroking in a while, so I thought I would, you know, hello. Just gotta show my appreciation. Y'all love the beard stroking, so now we got some double-handed action. There we go. Bringing it in. There we go. I'm just creeping the fuck out of Lizz backstage right now. Just okay. Anyway, so welcome to the show, guys. DCU Daily. We are here. We're going to be talking about some more sad stuff today, and some unfortunate deaths happened that we have to talk about. But we did get some exciting news in regards to DC shutting down rumors and getting a bit of a showcase of lanterns, but also talking about our boy Jason Statham coming back for sequels and all of that fun stuff. And with me today, I have Lizz. Lizz, how are you doing today? And you're muted, so unmute yourself before you say anything.
Hello! Sorry, I'm responding in the chat. I'm trying to get my life in order over here. How is everybody this evening? Hey, gang. Good to see you.
Tony Reyes, Caleb, and Ron are in the chat right now. Ron being a supporter of the Try Not to Curse podcast, we appreciate that, Mr. Ron, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Ron. You're the best.
All right, so how are you doing today, Lizz?
I'm good. I saw 2 great movies that I can't wait to tell you all about. Obviously sad that we've lost yet another Hollywood legend, but we're gonna get into all of that, and happy to see you, John. By the way, you guys, John makes the greatest oatmeal cookies you'll ever have. So
yes, that is 100% true. We're making some more next week, so it's best of all time. But let's not get into my cookies because that still remains a highly guarded family secret. So we're just gonna get into the news for right now. It doesn't seem to matter what I do. I'm always number 2.
All right, Mr. I need to paint my abs on to get nominated. You don't see Robert Downey doing that.
You're kidding. You're kidding. I can't open the envelope without the...
Warner Brothers is heading back into the Matrix with a new movie in the works.
Wonder what other surprises are in store.
I want to be Bruce Wayne.
I like that. And you're gonna love me.
There's the shot right there. That.
Okay, we don't need to see
right there.
You look ridiculous.
Well, not no more, he don't.
What, dude? I can barely understand you. Your accent's insane.
What
Give me a hand up. Nope, I'm actually okay. Thank you very much. Oh, wow. Wow.
So
can I just say,
whoa!
Can I just say in that intro, I want The Rock and John Cena to kiss so badly.
Oh my God! Same here.
If someone with AI capabilities could make that happen, please, because it's. I mean, we're edging you guys
really
every day.
Pushes that idea that they're gonna kiss.
I mean, we're edging with you guys every night, and it's.
I know.
It's just somebody with AI capabilities make that happen. Anyway,
poor timing, but. Gene Hackman unfortunately has passed away at the age of 95, along with his wife at the age of 63, and one of his puppers unfortunately leapt off this mortal coil, similar with Michelle Trachtenberg yesterday, although this is kind of coming soon. I mean, the man was almost a century old. So this at least makes a little bit more sense. I was just talking about this yesterday where it was like, oh, Michelle Trachtenberg, she wasn't even 40 yet. So that's a little bit sad. She didn't have like a long life well lived. I feel like Gene Hackman had just an absolute legend in every capacity. He, was one of the greatest actors of all time. And, as a DCU show, of course, being one of the most recognizable and iconic Lex Luthors we've ever gotten, but in also plenty of other amazing films, Mississippi Burning, Hoosiers is a favorite of mine. Just everything, just almost hell, fuck it. Even Welcome to Mooseport. Screw it. Like, the man has just been in so many legendary films, and his legacy will be remembered for a very, very long time. But to you, Liz, what are your thoughts about all of this, and what are some of your favorite Gene Hackman movies?
I mean, I'm concerned because bad news usually comes in threes. We had that wave of a full week after Maggie Smith died, where it was like at least 1 to 2 actors a day seemed to be
We've already
passing
gotten
away.
thirds. This is the third one. Roberto Orsi died 2
Okay.
days ago. Michelle Trachtenberg died yesterday. This is
Okay,
Gene Hackman. So we're done with the rule of threes.
yeah, let's hope so. Crimson Tide is one of my favorites of his. Of course, Superman, Get Shorty. I've never been a huge fan of Royal Tenenbaums, but it's
Neither
all
have
right.
I.
Yeah,
But it's good.
he's
It's a fine movie.
I mean, Enemy of the State, The Replacements.
Oh, that's a great
He's
one.
got such a breadth of work, and it's all so varied. I'm just, it's a shame. The Birdcage, French Connection 1 and 2. It's he's done a lot in his lifetime, and I hope he enjoyed his retirement. I think he retired.
Welcome to Mooseport was his last movie.
Yeah, it was the last film.
2004, I want to say.
Yeah, and he had said that. He said he wanted the last 20 years of his life to just be spent with his family and
it
enjoying
was
his time.
21 years. Was
Yeah, and Santa Fe native. He was regularly seen out and about. One of my radio shows, the host that I listen to, he has a house in Santa Fe, and he said, I was always told by my neighbors they would always see Gene Hackman running around, running errands, pumping gas in his car, and so he's definitely left a hole in that town as well with his passing.
Oh yeah.
But just like his passing and Michelle's, we've got to figure out exactly what happened and what went down. But it's tragic. It's a shame.
I will say, it's. I'm gonna say a little bit of a hot take. I mean, don't get me wrong, great actor, no matter what movie, good or bad, he was always great in it. Oh yeah, The Birdcage, of course, great one. That's another one of my favorites. But I am gonna say a little bit of a hot take. I did not like French Connection. Okay. I did not like French Connection. I think that is definitely, out of the Best Picture winners I have seen, that is one of the worst ones. I think that movie is terrible up until the final chase scene, the famous car chase of that movie, of like the train and everything. Great scene. The rest of it is not good. I'm sorry. Gene Hackman was great in it, but that, and Roy Scheider was also really good in it, but yeah, not a great. I was very disappointed in that. But to be fair, I'm not a big William Friedkin fan. So out of the 3 movies I have seen from him, I have only liked 1. So not a great thing, but
yeah.
And it's funny, Ron, that you're saying watch part 2, because everyone says that the sequel is way worse. So I'm curious about that. But yeah, Gene Hackman, it's not just us and the New York Times, but a lot of people were coming out and saying, a lot of people, Francis Ford Coppola, Clint Eastwood, were talking about how, and his daughter were talking about like how fucking, great he was, and how, Unforgiven, another great one, how they'll be missing Antonio Banderas, just a lot of John Cusack, just so many great actors who have worked with him, were touched by him and his work. Just an overall Hollywood legend, and he will be missed. I mean, there is a couple things to mention. There is going to be an investigation into his death, because it seems that there is something suspicious about it, but we're not going to get into that much, because I feel like that kind of taints it a little bit. We don't want to talk about
Well, and
that
also
kind of
we
thing
don't.
here.
The only thing we know is that there wasn't a gas leak as of right
Yes.
now, and they don't believe any outside sources came in
No
and did
foul play.
anything. But aside from that, we've just got to let the investigation play out. Just like with Michelle, I mean, we don't know exactly the circumstances under her death either. So they'll release that information when they have it. But you know, again, right now the world is just mourning some really great actors that we all care deeply about. So it's a shame
Yeah.
regardless.
Just very sad, but you know, that's life. The only thing that's certain is death about life,
That's
unfortunately,
true.
but that is, you know, that's how it is. But you know, it's sad, but you know, we have a way to look back on his great work, so that's definitely he's definitely, you know, just going to be very missed. And you know, um but yeah, let us know, guys, in the comments, what your favorite Gene Hackman movie is, what it maybe inspired you to do something in your life, or you know, inspired you to watch more movies or something of the like. Just any stories in regards to Gene. Hell, if you're from Santa Fe and you met him, then feel free to let us know. Um, but yeah, great, great actor. But
Yeah.
moving on to more, and speaking of Hollywood, we're going to be talking about like just a quick thing of some business stuff in regards to Hollywood, and you know, the California film and TV tax incentive may get expanded, and amid new production push. This is um so now the incentives are expanding due to the fact that people are leaving California because it's become too expensive, too elitist. So they're like, let's get the hell out of here. So now California's like, no, please wait, come back. We'll give you more money. We'll give you more money. You want more money? More money. That's great. You know, now I'm
I
not as
mean,
familiar with the business side of film, but Liz, I know
yeah, I mean, this is
you
a good
kind of
time for
know.
everyone to get up and go pee if they need to. No, I mean, I, yeah, I mean, so Georgia has insane tax credits for film studios. They're working on that even here in our state of Connecticut, to try and get more people out here, more actors, more studios filming productions out here. I know the Toronto scene, they're really great as far as film tax credits are concerned. But here's the thing. Half of LA is burnt to the ground.
That
So
doesn't help
that's
matters
also
either.
part of the reason why people are leaving, because they have no homes to go to. But I mean, it's great. I don't know how much they can really do, because taxes in California are out the ass. They tax you for essentially breathing out there. Not for, not necessarily saying it's a bad thing, because they do have some nice infrastructure. But I, I don't know. I don't know if this is really gonna save the sinking ship at this point. It
I
would have
don't
been
think
nice if they
so.
had done so prior to the fires to kind of give people incentives to stick around, but I think it's a little too late at this
Little
point.
too late, pretty much.
So I mean, unless you're letting people
It
shoot
even says here,
free,
like, stay alive till 25. We can rebuild. Very
well,
poor.
then
So, like,
then
very
then
poor
worry
choice
about
of
it
words.
when people I mean, sure, give some tax breaks in order for them to be able to rebuild possibly, but again, the economy is so fragile, and I don't know. There's going to be a lot that they need to focus on recovery first before
Yeah.
they start
Yeah, you got to think about
playing
like
games
people
with.
that are
Yeah,
losing their lives and their homes before. Yeah, but what about the movies?
right,
So, you know,
right.
let's focus on that thing
Yeah.
instead, rather than, you know, this
I
shit.
mean, again,
But
I get it. I'm sure it's a huge portion of the revenue for that state,
right.
but there's bigger things going on right now.
Bigger things, so get your head out of your asses and like fucking help the homeless, you
Yeah.
fucking assholes. Anyway, but you know, just like talk about that real quick. Dan likes us to talk about this shit because he's a fucking Mr. Expert about this shit. But then when we're talking about it, we don't know except for what is said in this article. So yeah, cool. Lighter news. Shrek 5 released a teaser today that got tons of love. And being revealed that Zendaya is playing Shrek's daughter. What are your thoughts on this?
This was a rumor like 2 months ago. I don't know why people are losing their minds over this. But I mean, people also lost their minds when Justin Timberlake joined the cast years ago too. So, okay. I mean, I'll see it. You'll see it. Your kids will see it. We'll probably
My
love
kids.
it.
Who? What? I don't have kids. What are you talking about?
The royal you, the them, their kids will see it. The soundtrack will probably be banging like always. I'm sure we'll hear some Smash Mouth up in there, RIP. Okay, that's all I got. Good for Zendaya.
Yeah.
Another check in her wallet. Good for her.
Pretty much that, covers it. I just know that like the fucking animation has like everybody completely fucking losing their goddamn minds. So that's why it was just kind of funny to talk about, because it's like everyone's like they're going like Sonic the Hedgehog first trailer levels of insane about this. I'm like, it doesn't look that bad to me. I don't know if you watched the teaser.
I haven't seen it, but like, why would they change any of the animation that we're used to?
It
Why
just
wouldn't
looks
it just
like
be
a
exactly
little
the
bit
same?
different. Like
Well,
it
that's
looks a
dumb.
little bit more like I guess it kind of looks a little bit cheaper, but like at the same time, there's
that's dumb.
those character models worked back in 2001. Now it's
Right.
2025. They have to change some shit up.
Well,
So
that's dumb.
it
No, they
looks like-
don't.
It looks
They don't
like
have to change shit.
Well,
They
I
could
mean,
have done it exactly the
if like the
same.
fucking models don't work, or the fucking like if it doesn't work with like new software or something like that, they might have to.
Who
And
gives a
even
shit?
then,
Go back to analog. Who fucking cares? Make it. Please. I don't want to hear that it's worse because technology got better. That's a dumbass excuse if that's what they're going with.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying
I'm
like
just
it
saying
looks
they
I'm not saying
have
it
no need
looks
to change
wrong.
anything.
It just looks like the frame rate's off and like some of the animations like
Okay.
slightly tweaked. But like
Okay.
outside of that, it looks fine to me. I don't know. Like everyone looks like
Enterprising says Donkey looks like he's taken drugs. So
Yeah.
great. That's great.
Thank you, Caleb Underwood. Shrek is love, Shrek is life. That's what we want to talk
Well,
about.
that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Like why change what isn't broken? They had 4 exceptionally successful films. They're going to have a 5th very successful film. They're going to make a stupid amount of money. They're going to make a stupid amount of money on tickets for the new rides at Universal and
Yeah.
the toys and the lunch boxes and the cereal that they're going to hawk and all the other types of branding bullshit that we're going to have, whatever the hell the popcorn bucket may be. We should start taking bets on that.
It's gonna be Shrek's ass. That's what it's gonna be.
No.
But yeah, also I wanted to welcome some more people into the chat. Thank you, Manos Time, Shrek is love, Shrek is life.
Kevin,
Magical Sky Wizard,
Antonio, Steven, what up?
We appreciate Steven Ortega. We appreciate all you guys. Hi, Dan.
Yep, Ron,
Hi.
Caleb.
Well,
Dan
Dan's
is
in
in
the
the
chat.
chat
He's
game.
not-
Dan is in the chat.
Okay, I was gonna say like, why are you saying hi to Dan? And then I scrolled up. He
More
responded.
Katna's in the chat. Hello.
Anyway, but let's get into quick hits. Quick hits is the next thing, and we're gonna speed through this shit because actually be quick with the quick hits. Let's go. Okay, first things first. It's Marvel related. Hello. So Simu Liu
Woohoo! Just
was
saw
asked
him.
if Shang-Chi will be in Spider-Man 4. I love people who love those movies, and I also love those movies, and I'm going to be first in line. Essentially saying, I like the movies, but I'm not going to be fucking in it. Because, one, who gives a fuck about Shang-Chi? And second,
First of all, not fair. Not nice.
Um,
I know you don't like Aquafina, blah, 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 whatever.
But,
Anyway.
yeah, this is dumb. It's just like, oh, they have the same director, so that means he's going to be in it, right?
I mean, I wouldn't hate it.
It just would stop. Can we just have a Spider-Man movie where it's just Spider-Man fighting someone? That's it. Toby and Andrew didn't fucking need this shit. Okay?
No.
Stop.
Sorry.
I'm sick of Doctor Strange. I'm sick of Iron Man.
Well,
I'm sick of all these fucking.
Iron Man's dead, R.I.P. So...
No, I'm talking now. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, at least it had Norman Osborn. That's at least fucking Spider-Man coded. Why do we need to see all these other heroes? I don't want to see all these other heroes. I just want to see Spider-Man fighting a guy. That's it. And maybe there's some character development. That's cool. That's all I want to fucking see. We got fucking like all this other shit. I don't want to see all this other shit. Just want to see Spider-Man fighting a guy. That's all I want to see. That's all I want to see. I don't get it. Stop including shit.
You got it?
I'm good.
You done?
I'm
Okay,
good.
John? It's never gonna happen. Move on.
It's fucking bullshit. Fuck you, Kevin Feige. This is why I'm not fucking seeing most of your fucking movies, you cretin. Anyway, moving on to the next thing. Ed Harris has been cast in the Disney Plus Wonder Man series.
I just saw him too. Hey, Ed.
He will play Neil Soroyan, Simon Williams' agent. Cool. Don't care.
I don't know
Another
who any of those
old
people
guy
are,
who
but
has
I'm
a way better
excited
resume.
I'm excited to meet him.
Who's stuck
Can't
doing
wait to meet.
stupid shit.
John, I'm speaking now. I don't know who any of these people are, but I'm very excited to meet them in the upcoming Wonder Man production. So,
Simon Williams is, I think, Wonder Man. So yeah, I think that's what it is. But I know all 5 Wonder Man fans are going to be really excited about this. And Ed Harris, he's been in better
yes,
movies.
I did say hi to you. Thank you very much. Anyway,
Oh,
go on.
who's saying you didn't?
Don't worry, I have already said hi to them for the second time, so it's fine. We're all good.
I'm just saying. Anyway, Ed Harris, cool. I'll watch The Abyss instead. Anyway, next thing. So Marvel Studios exec Brad Winderbaum says Wonder Man is the best show no one's ever seen. Well, yeah, hasn't fucking come out yet. I think it's a love letter to what we do as filmmakers. It's a love letter to acting as a profession, and it's a very sincere, beautiful show. Cool. Thoughts?
I'll be seeing it.
Okay. Rachel Zegler's Snow White tracking for $53 million box office opening. Thoughts?
Looks like shit. Soundtrack doesn't sound great. I'll be seeing it, but I'm gonna hate watch it.
Maybe don't pay money to see it then.
Oh, I won't. I have a membership with rewards, so technically I get it for free. Again, we'll be hate watching.
Well, I'm not fucking watching this shit. I'm boycotting this shit. Fuck that.
I watch it so that y'all don't have to. You're welcome.
Anyway, so Ving Rhames on returning to his indie roots with boxing drama Uppercut.
Yay!
He's gonna be, working with Louise. I don't know how to pronounce that. In Torsten Ruther's drama, this movie brought me back into why I got into making movies. Thoughts?
I know. The best line in this article, they list his other acting credits, and he's like, the only thing that's the same is the height. Their height is the same. I thought that was hilarious, considering we talk about height all the time.
What do you mean the height?
Like, so they were saying, like, he's known for this character and that character in these big blockbuster films, but the only similarities between them is their height.
Okay.
I just thought it was funny.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll be seeing it.
Fuck you, Variety. Euphoria officially fucking adds Sharon Stone to season 3 cast. I am honored to be euphoric. Thoughts?
I still haven't seen the show. I'm kind of concerned. I'm kind of scared to watch it because I don't want to watch a bunch of kids doing some hardcore shit.
Just watch Degrassi. It's better
it's
and
great.
It's not as much sex.
I hear it's good, but if I were a parent, apparently it would be terrifying. So, okay.
Cool.
Again, good for Zendaya. You make that money, girl. Pay for that wedding.
Anyway, Saoirse Ronan and Austin Butler to star in feature adaptation of Deep Cuts for 24 and Sean Durkin. Ronan also producing. I have never heard this book, but I'm happy for them because I like both of these actors. Yep. I liked Austin Butler before it was cool when I watched him on Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. So
cute.
And I do like Sean Durkin. I thought he did a great job with Iron Claw, so maybe I'll go see it. I don't know what it's about, but I'm sure it'll be cool. Thoughts?
Well, wait for the trailer and you'll decide. Yeah, again, same. Love them both. I've heard of this book. I've not read it. Again, hoping that it's a role that Austin Butler can use his real talking voice, since I don't think even he knows what it is anymore. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Next up, Kathleen Kennedy says she is not retiring. I will never retire from movies. I will die making movies. She's producing several upcoming Star Wars projects has started talking with Disney about a succession plan, and it could be a year before a decision is announced. We'll stay at Lucasfilm to assist whoever takes over. Deadline, when it happens, who will make the decision? Me. It's my decision. This is 100% my decision. Thoughts?
She sounds like a bad bitch, and I'm happy for her. Good for you, girl.
Well,
don't
she
give
is
up
bad,
that control if you
just
don't
not
have
the way
to.
you think.
Oh, John.
Sorry. I'm sorry. It was an easy joke. But, yeah. Cool. Glad I don't watch these garbage movies anymore. Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power adds Stranger Things star Jamie Campbell, the guy who played Vishna, Vindaloo, whatever the fuck his name was. Jamie Campbell Bauer for season 3. Eddie Marsan also cast. Thoughts?
Still have not watched the show. I'm way behind on Stranger Things, but hey, good for all involved.
Yep. I don't watch the show. Looks like garbage. I like the guy though. He was good in Stranger Things. Eddie Marsan is also great. I like him as an actor. But yeah, cool stuff. Anyway. See, Variety Deadline has X's that you can X out of this shit.
Yeah, bitch.
Anyway, Newfoundland limited series set at Netflix from Jesse McEwen. Thoughts?
Cool.
Yep. ESPN to launch new sports center on Disney Plus. Thoughts?
Not a surprise. They've had some type of merger going on this entire time. You can get some kind of package thing when you sign up for Verizon. You can get ESPN, Disney Plus, and Hulu. So this doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Good for them, I guess. They're probably going to drive up our prices, so bad for us. Okay.
Sounds about right. Don't care about sports. Moving on. Here we go, guys. Jason Statham is back for Peacekeeper, or Beekeeper 2. Peacekeeper,
so hard.
Beekeeper 2.
Tried so hard. Can't wait.
Anyway.
Can't wait. Love Jason Statham. I don't give a shit. He could play a janitor. He could play a somebody that just, delivers and picks up porta potties. I don't care. I'll see it. I love the man. Good for you, Jay. Good for you. Can't wait to see it come back for Beekeeper 2. I loved the first Beekeeper. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm all in, gang.
So apparently Timo Giganto, who's behind Nobody 2, is also going to be taking directorial duties from David Ayer. So
Great.
We'll see how that goes.
Also,
if Nobody
can't
2
wait
is
for
good,
Nobody 2.
people might get
Gonna be
excited.
great. Gonna be
So remember, I'm not just the Beekeeper. I'm the Beekeeper too. Anyway, next up, Richard Gadd, starring HBO BBC series Half Man, adds to ensemble cast Mitchell Robertson, Stuart Campbell, Nev McIntosh, and Marianne MacGyver. Join the series creator and Jamie Bell earlier announced for the decades-spanning drama about two men now shooting in Scotland. Thoughts?
Good for him, man. I've heard a lot of wonderful things about Baby Reindeer. He just won a SAG for it. So cool. And I still haven't watched Baby Reindeer, but I will, maybe.
So,
good for him.
Ron, she answered your question.
Did I? I'm
Richard
sorry.
Gadd is the guy from Baby Reindeer. So
yeah, he's the main actor and creator and director and writer of Baby Reindeer. Yes. He was the one that was actually stalked in real life by this crazy lady. So yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right. Also, right dude being right. Beekeeper sucks.
False. Incorrect.
Next up, How to Train Your Dragon live action pick making world debut. Wow, debut. Whoa. Hello at CinemaCon. Thoughts?
I'm just jealous. I want to go to CinemaCon so fucking bad. But good for them. I hope they enjoy it. I know they will. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be great.
Keanu Reeves was asked if he has anything left to accomplish in his life. Going to space. Well, maybe he can join that Tom Cruise movie that's going to shoot in space. Thoughts?
If he gets... No, I personally hope he gets there before Tom Cruise, just to stick it to Tom Cruise, because fuck that guy.
All right,
but, if they want to go together, also fine. I love Keanu. He can do no wrong. So, good for you, buddy. Hope you get out there.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently Katy Perry's going to space next with Blue Origin or Sky Fucker or whatever the shit they're calling these
Sky Fucker?
Yeah,
honestly,
I
want to create a company called Sky Fucker.
That's what all
Just
their rockets look like, don't they? They're just a bunch of sky fuckers. So Katy Perry's going up. Why can't Keanu go too? Anyway,
that's, fair enough. But we
man
are
knows I've
gonna get
talked about my dislike of Tom Cruise. It's well documented. Anyway,
but now we're gonna get into anyway, we're gonna talk about those hang on. We're gonna talk about those movies of yours. Liz, we're gonna just go back to the news banner because we don't have a movie of the week banner under DCU Daily. So I'm gonna just go into backstage and you can just do your thing. Talk about Last Breath and what was the other one you watched?
Riff Raff.
Riff Raff, yeah, that. Anyway, go at it.
Okay, so I'll talk about Riff Raff first. As you guys know, it features Ed Harris, Bill Murray, and Pete Davidson most notably, but also Jennifer Coolidge and Gabrielle Union are in it as well. It's a mobster type film. Something goes awry. Ed Harris's son Rocco shows up at his doorstep and says, I did a bad thing. And now Bill Murray and Pete Davidson, Lenny and Lonnie Lefty and Lonnie are after him. I know John is not a fan of Pete Davidson, but I thought he was actually really good in this film. He actually acted rather than just played a douche all the time. And I really enjoyed his chemistry with Bill Murray, and their back and forth banter was pretty awesome. It's a super dark comedy, super, super dark, but there were absolutely laugh out loud moments. And Jennifer Coolidge was just being Jennifer Coolidge. She's a little unhinged, a little bit of drunk half the time. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. It was I wouldn't call it a shoot 'em up movie, but it definitely has like mobster type undertones. Ed Harris has a background. He's somehow connected to Bill Murray. And Ed Harris's son Rocco, spoiler alert, kills Bill Murray's son. So it's a kind of an eye for an eye revenge type movie. But again, dark comedy, really enjoyable. The only thing I didn't really care for about it was that there was some narration in there, and just me personally, I hate narrated films. I hate any type of narration or voiceover in stories. It just drives me nuts. I feel like people add it to like try to seem like deeper and like more thoughtful, and it's like, give me a fucking break. But aside from that, I really, really enjoyed it. But again, it is a dark comedy. It's not a laugh out loud slapstick type of situation. People do die, and but in my opinion, in hilarious ways. So so I really did enjoy it. I'm not going to give any more away than that. But yeah, and there you are. So there's some clips. There's Ed Harris, there's Jennifer Coolidge, Gabrielle Union, of course. There's Pete Davidson. And again, I thought he and Bill, their deliveries were both fantastic. Bill brings out his best Chicagoan accent. The humor is extremely dry, but I really dug it. I had a good time with it. So hopefully you guys can check it out. It just got released in theaters this week. So it's fresh, it's new. I dug it. I really did. Now moving on to a completely different film, Just Breathe, with Simu Liu and Woody Harrelson and the other main actor, Finn Cole. This is based on a true story of a group of divers who work off of a
Also, it's Last Breath, not Just Breathe.
excuse Oh, Just Breathe. Ha ha. Last Breath. Excuse me. Just Breathe is a completely different film. Thank you very much. Don't go see that one. Last Breath. So again, it's based off of a true story. A group of industrial divers in Scotland are going to work on a gas line that's at 11,000 feet in the bottom of the ocean. Unfortunately, one of their tethers gets torn as they encounter some rough seas, and the ship gets disabled for some reason. So they're not only working on trying to get the ship back to the location where they believe this diver is stuck, but they're also racing against the clock because he only has 10 minutes of oxygen in his oxygen tank. And after like the 25-minute mark, they're like, okay, this is just a body recovery mission at this point. I'm not going to give away the ending, but I really, really enjoyed it. I thought Woody Harrelson's acting was phenomenal. You definitely shed a tear or two. Good to see Simu Liu in a more serious role, because if you remember, with Kim's Convenience, it was kind of more comedy, a little goofy at times. And then, of course, Shang-Chi, a little more serious, action-oriented, whereas this one had some good drama. But I liked it a lot. It's a pretty unbelievable story. But I will say, for spoilers, the 3 gentlemen that were down there, the dive team led by Woody, end up going back like a month after this incident happens, and I'm like, no, like like I saw that and I was like, what is with men? No offense to your sex, but really, what the fuck is like, no. If I went through something like that, no, I'm not going back. I'm done. I put in my time. Thank you so much. I'll be taking my severance package and finding another vocation, but that's just me. So again, really good film. I wouldn't say special effects. Whatever the lighting, the setup, the cinematography, I thought was really, really good because again, they're supposed to be 1,000 feet under the sea. I dug it. It's a quick one too. I will say both films were quick. Both of them were under 2 hours. So check them out if you get the chance. Highly recommend. I enjoyed them thoroughly. And I'm seeing my dead friend Zoe tomorrow. So
Yes, there we go. Boom. Had it
very
set
good.
up already for you.
Yeah.
I
so I'll
wasn't
let
sure
you
when
guys
you were
know
going
how
to get,
that
but
is.
yes, I want to try and see this. I don't know when I would. Maybe on Sunday before the Oscars, but yeah, this definitely looked really interesting. I like the cast. Again, more Ed Harris is always a good thing. Well, except if
yeah.
he does Marvel stuff.
Stop it.
But yeah,
And yes, Ron, Jennifer Coolidge is cool. She's always cool. We love Jennifer Coolidge
mean-
just because she's unhinged and she has no apologies for it. So good for her. Live your life,
It
girl.
feels like the 4th of July. Anyway, I can't do it. My sisters are way better at it than I am.
Cute.
But yeah, my dead friend Zoe, we're gonna try and be reviewing that soon enough. But yeah, good times. But now we move on. Sorry if I'm like sound weird. I thought I would finish this caramel before she was done, but so I'm sucking on a caramel right now. Anyway, now we move on to the fun DC stuff. Well, not fun. The first few things aren't fun. I just wanted to get these out of the way real quick. But our boy James Gunn did talk about Gene Hackman. He was saying Gene Hackman was truly one of the greatest screen actors of all time. He almost never hit a false note. Always mesmerizing. Rest in peace, Gene. My favorite movies of his: The Conversation, Unforgiven, Night Moves, Bonnie and Clyde, French Connection, Superman. I mean, the man has to say Superman at this point, and Mississippi Burning. I have seen a couple of those, and Unforgiven would probably be my favorite out of all of these. Such a tremendous film, and he did such a great job. DC Film News also mentioned this, being Lex Luthor, of course, as well as Wes Anderson. I don't know what the DC connection is there, but you know, but yeah, it's sad to see, but you know, just wanted to mention like a bunch of DC. I don't know why Wes Anderson is here, but
I love Wes Anderson.
I mean, but not DC related. Whatever. Anyway, James Gunn, he posted this on his Instagram. He was saying, Peacemaker presents the Vigilante Equally double feature. So they were, you know, they're going to be doing a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a collaboration of comics. I'm pretty sure that this is in canon with the Peacemaker show coming out, and even if it's not, then you know, yeah, it's coming out on March 3rd. This Peacemaker presents collaboration with Vigilante and Eagly. So it was written by Third Rex and Tim Seeley, with art by a bunch of all you can see them all on screen, but very exciting. Are you going to pick this up, Liz? Because I know you're such a big comic book fan. You know everything
Nope.
about comics.
No, I will not. I have believe me, I have a stack of books that I should be reading that I'm halfway through 2 different books right now. So no, adding anything else to my plate is just not a thing. So sadly, I'll be missing it.
But yeah, you can pick this up in a couple days. So get stoked, guys. But yeah, awesome stuff. But going to a bigger thing. We're going to, apparently, seasoned marketing veteran Ricky Strauss has been tapped to consult for DC Studios on Superman. It is Strauss's first project since leaving his post at Apple TV Plus head of marketing last year, having previously worked for Disney on several Star Wars, Marvel, and animated projects. I know this involves more business stuff, and we're not as interested with business stuff, but it does, considering his resume and being with Superman now. What are your thoughts on this? Unless
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
yeah, none of this means anything to me, unfortunately. Like I have a handful of directors that I enjoy. I couldn't tell you 1, 2, 3, 4 producers' names. I mean, cool. Good for him. Hopefully it's a good fit. Hopefully he makes good decisions and make that money. Good for you, sir.
Yeah. I think it could be good. Especially, I don't know if Apple TV has been good with head of marketing. Because I
I
really
mean, they've
haven't
got
seen.
great shows. They've got great
I mean, they
shows.
got great shows. It's just I don't really see like a lot of their stuff marketed that much.
Because it really doesn't need to be. That's their, it's their
Yeah.
extra project that
But
they don't care. They really don't care about it as much.
hopefully it works.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully, you know, in regards to this, he's going to be a consultant. He's not going to be, like the head of marketing for WB or DC Studios or anything like that. He's just going to be a consultant. Hopefully, he can be like, guys, stop fucking up your marketing for 2 seconds and let me take care of this. Like, Jesus Christ, Super Bowl trash. Fucking, let me do all
Yeah.
this. Let me do this. Let me take James. Shut the fuck up. Let me take care of this because he's a veteran. He knows what he's doing, especially if he's done Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars stuff in the past, and he's a veteran, all that shit. So you know what? Hopefully he can bring in some good shit into this. But yeah, good for him, good for Superman. Hopefully this leads into better marketing in the future. Next thing, Mattel has won back the highly coveted toy rights for DC characters
Good for
after
them.
having lost them in 2018 to rivals Spin Master and McFarlane. The deal comes into effect starting in the second half of next year. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, good for Mattel. They're going to make a ton of money off of them. So, hooray.
Hell yeah. But yeah, next biggest thing, James Gunn out here denying rumors left and right after our boy Jeff Snyder, and as we see with Lizz's great background picture.
Shut up, Jeff. Shut up.
He was wrong. Oh my God, Jeff Snyder was wrong about something? That's crazy. So James Gunn denies the
Believe
rumors
it.
that Daniel Radcliffe is being eyed for Clayface. Daniel is great, but we certainly haven't talked to or considered him, so this is 100% false. Yeah, I mean,
it'd be cool
I
if,
coulda told you that.
maybe he's not gonna be Clayface, but it would be cool if he was somehow a part of the project at some point, and maybe now that
That'd be
his
awesome.
name's been thrown out there, maybe it'll happen, which would be nice. And again, he loves really bananas projects, so why not? And to me,
I mean,
we
it
talked
could
about
be
it the other
cool.
day. To me, it would be a great fit, but we'll see.
Yeah. Nano saying,
Steven, we already talked about Shrek, my dear.
Jeff compared Gunn to a certain president in the hot mic today, so not surprised. Yeah, that sounds about right. So yeah, even though Daniel Radcliffe isn't doing this, I think there could be many great Clayfaces. Maybe we can do a fan casting of that soon enough. But yeah, I could have told you that. I'm like, Daniel Radcliffe, interesting choice, but I don't think they'll go with him. But yeah, that's
Again, hopefully, positive outcome, silver lining. Maybe he will
yeah, of course.
somehow get attached to the project, but you never know. We'll see.
It's just, it's just when it comes to Jeff Snyder, I'm just irrationally fucking angry because he makes me so fucking angry. It's just like I'm so sick of misinformation at this point. I'm just so fucking sick of it. But in regards to the biggest news today, we got our first look at lanterns. Not a lot, one picture. James Gunn shared us a picture of our boys, and here they are. This is we have
this could be an episode of Supernatural, quite frankly. I mean,
it looks interesting. The only thing Green Lantern related is we get is on Hal's ring on his right hand.
It is a pretty cool ring.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, we've seen Guy Gardner's ring, it looks pretty similar, but like has its own distinctions. So, yeah, James Gunn said excited that Lanterns is now in production. DC Studios' new show for HBO and Max, so it's going to be a both thing, like kind of what the Penguin was. From creators Chris Mundy, Damon Lindelof, and Tom King, starring Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre, is something really special. So I'm stoked for it. Stoked for at least seeing these guys, not for the show itself because I'm still, but it looks like the vibe that they've been,
Yeah. But I mean,
giving
movies are
off.
goofy, gang. Who walks in the middle of the freaking road? But all right. It's a
They
cool
look like
shot.
they
Cool
just
shot.
they look like they're just about to, like, something's gonna explode behind them and they're like walking away from it all cool, like, or like it just exploded or something like that. But yeah, this is kind of the vibe I've been getting from well, at least the leaks, the infamous episode leaks, and that it kind of fits into that, but it does have them together. So but yeah, I think it looks interesting. It's just a picture, but I think it's a nice picture. I think Comic Book Cast needs to shut the fuck up, but outside of that, thoughts? Like, I know it's just a picture,
I mean,
you can't really say anything, but
but again, this could be an episode of Supernatural. This could be an episode. I mean, it's a very generic tough guy in the middle of nowhere shot. So okay.
I mean, it fits into what the show is. It's like it's in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, and it's like Green Lanterns are being. I mean, I wouldn't say that, because you do see like the ring on his finger, so it's like, oh, that's the Green Lantern
the ring looks
thing.
cool as too. I like it.
So yeah, so Tom King, gross, tweeted that. Comic book, all these guys, there is a better shot at the ring. As I said, it looks slightly different. Guy Gardner's is more green all around it, while this one is like more metal with the green as like a gemstone kind of thing. So yeah, I think it looks cool. And I'm excited for Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre. But Chris Mundy said that even though it's not called Green Lanterns, it's just called Lanterns, showrunner Chris Mundy says other Green Lantern characters will show up or be name checked in the series. I mean, I assume that Guy Gardner is going to be mentioned because we're going to see him in Superman. I don't know if he's going to show up in the show. He might as like a cameo, but I think it's going to focus on the two of them and they want to stick with that.
Yeah.
And Guy Gardner is kind of off being like a corporate fucking mascot, essentially. So I think it wouldn't like gel with the stuff they have in mind. But I mean, this also fits into the vibe of the leaks. Again, I can't get into the leaks because it might be spoilers, but if you've read them, then you know what I'm talking about. I've just read the first episode. I haven't read the next two episodes, but yeah, I think I'm still not excited for the show, but it's just one of those things I want to be excited for, but I just can't because of who. So
and again, we've got to see a teaser, a trailer. We've got to see something to really be able to form an opinion one way or the other. But I do like in the chat how everybody agrees this looks like a clothing ad or a cologne ad. Hosea said Lanterns cologne for men. So hey, that might be a marketing strategy. They might release a Lanterns cologne. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. So all right, I'm for it. Oh, John, you're muted, babe.
I was saying you could get.
I was wondering where you went. I was like, what happened?
Well, I was saying that you could get you could have a thing with like Tiffany's or something like that, and have a special on rings. I don't know. That could be
very expensive.
Very expensive, but I'm just saying it could be kind of funny. Oh, hey. And if you have an HBO Max subscription, you could get 10% off this Tiffany engagement ring with an emerald on it.
So it goes from $1,000 to
$900.
Yeah.
Anyway, but there it is. I gotta get my ring out. There it is. Boop. There I am. And the only place it can fit is on my pinky. So you know how it'd be.
Yeah,
But
Mano
yeah,
says the fact that people are hating on this first look just shows me once again people will hate on anything. And that's why I get like frustrated talking about this stuff because like it's the whole thing is for entertainment value. Like so even in I mean quite frankly even though I know this is the whole basis of the show, the whole point of the show, but it's like until the thing comes out, I almost don't want to form an opinion of it because I think it's so irrelevant until we actually see the final product, but haters gonna
yeah,
hate. I mean, it's just get
yeah.
a life, gang. Get a
It's
life.
just like
All
there
right?
are the people that are like, I've been burned before and I don't want to be burned again, and that's a little fair. Like the
100%. That's how I feel
DCU was
about Fantastic
100% a
Four.
shit
Like
show.
I get it. I totally get it.
But there's also the
But
people that are like rage-induced clickbait. It'll get clicks,
yeah,
blah blah blah, and then that like, and then what they're doing is unfortunately like spreading that opinion to other people that then will think, oh yeah, this is gonna suck. I'm not gonna watch this, and now you're just spreading hate that it's like now this thing is gonna fail before it begins, and then they'll be like, "Whoa,
yeah.
we told you so." It's like,
It's
yeah,
just
because
it's
you
unfair.
spread that
Yeah.
shit. It's
It's
your fault.
unfair. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they don't get a chance before it even begins. Like it's just ridiculous. Like I want to be excited. I like a lot of aspect. It's just certain things. I know there is the possibility that this is the one good Tom King written thing
I
by
mean, I'm
DC from
looking
DC.
forward to it.
So
You guys know I'm not a part of this world, but I think it looks cool and I'm interested in it. I certainly like the various members of the cast that we know about so far, so
mhm,
I'm willing to give it a chance.
yeah. And this was confirming um the directors of the show. Now James Hawes was already confirmed like months ago, who directed Slow Horses but also a couple episodes of Doctor Who. And he will direct the first two episodes of of Lanterns. Now you got me seeing Green Lanterns. Guys, it's not called Green Lanterns. Fucking get your shit checked. Anyway. But Stephen Williams of Watchmen and Lost, that makes sense because both Damon Lindelof, Geeta Vasant Patel, who directed House of the Dragon, and Alik Sakharov from Ozark, which makes sense because worked with Chris Mundy, are also going to be directing episodes. I assume since it's 4 directors and 8 episodes, I assume it's going to be 2 each because that's usually how TV shows work. They work in blocks. Like
Yeah.
this director does this thing, and then the block, and then you can like do certain things with certain things. So yeah, that's what I imagine. And you know what? Good group of directors. I think good TV directors. Oh, and apparently Alik Sakharov also worked on The Sopranos, so that's really
Cool.
cool. But so James Gunn also said this could be anything, but James Gunn says Lantern starring Aaron Pierre and Kyle Chandler will premiere on HBO in early 2026. So I imagine it's probably going to be, if I were to take a guess, late winter, early spring. Do you
Okay.
agree with that, or are you saying no?
I mean, wasn't Peacemaker? When was Peacemaker? Was that like the fall?
I don't remember.
No, I think that was like early winter, wasn't it? So I wouldn't want them to release it around
January to February of 2022.
Okay, yeah. So if it was early winter, it would be before it. So that would be good if they're going to release it around the same time every year. So okay, fine. As long as it doesn't conflict with other, because that's my whole thing is like people need time to catch up on stuff. Like you can't release a bunch of projects all around the same time. Because people are going to have to then pick and choose what's priority for them. So
Right.
so that's fine. Good for them. Hooray.
But yeah. And then thanks, Hollywood Reporter. And so, and this is the official Hollywood Reporter article in regards to lanterns. So, and just giving us a little bit of a rundown. You have Kelly MacDonald coming in, Garrett Dillahunt and Porna Jagannathan and Ulrich Thompson all in the show, along with Chandler and Pierre. We have all those directors coming in, and we have, a lot of talent, with the exception of Damon Lindelof and Tom King. But we have, a lot of exciting things for this upcoming show. But yeah, look at this beaut right here.
I mean, hey, if we're lucky, we might get a lantern cologne out of it also. Kudos.
Yeah.
Bully for
Obviously we'll see. But yeah, that's seems to be kind of it for the DC news today. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any fan comments, but we will be kind of going through stuff. So Hosea came in, enterprising. I
Yep,
think I already mentioned you.
TC24.
Kevin Davis. Thank you guys for coming in. We all love and appreciate you. But that's kind of a pretty short show because there's not a ton to talk about with Lanterns. But yeah. But in terms of Lanterns, what are you guys hoping for Lanterns? Let us know in the comments below. Do you think Guy Gardner will show up? Do you think other Green Lanterns are going to show up, be name drop, cameos, other such characters? Do you think Carol Ferris is going to show up? Because it's interesting how they have a love interest for Hal who's not Carol Ferris. So I'm interested about that. Have you guys read the leaks? I'm curious if you guys have read the leaks. I don't know if we're going to be doing a video on those, but like I kind of want to, but Dan doesn't want to, because then if they're wrong, then it'll give people the wrong idea. So I don't know. We'll see for the future. But thanks for watching, guys. This was a relatively short show. I mean, we kind of earned it, I feel like, especially with how late we went. But thank you all for watching. Let me go through each and every one of you. So Caleb Underwood, Manos, Hosea, Ron, Antonio, TC24, Kevin Davis, Enterprising, I think I already mentioned him. Magic Sky Wizard, Stephen Ortega, all right dude showing up. But
Angel
yeah,
World, Ron, yep.
Yeah, all you guys, thank you for giving us your
Magical
time
Sky, yeah.
and your effort, and we
Morkera.
love each and every one of you. We do. We love you guys. And
Great
remember,
dude.
take us home. Take us home with you in your purse or your pocket. I don't know, but make sure to like and
shut up, Jeff Snyder.
And shut the fuck up, Jeff Snyder, please, for the love of God.
Thanks, Tony.
But guys, 20 viewers and only 9 likes. The math ain't
That math ain't mathin', gang. That math ain't mathin'.
Make sure to like. You guys don't want to upset, Hosea. They said to clobber the like button. So like, why don't you clobber the like button? Hell, you don't want to upset Fiona, or anyway. Let's smash the like. Smash the like, guys.
Smash it.
And I also want to watch The World Burn, according to Miraculous. We haven't seen Miraculous in a while, so we hope you're there. But
they're probably busy watching The World Burn, so.
But yeah, make sure to subscribe so you know when we go live, and then click the bell. I'm not playing the clip. I'm here, so I'm not playing the clip. But and make sure to comment. We'll try to do fan comments tomorrow. I'm sorry, I promised you guys for today, but alas, we did not have that for you. But we'll try in the future. But get stoked about Lanterns. Get stoked about all the things and the Supermans and the Supergirls. And 2026 is going to be a very big year. Clayface, not played by Daniel Radcliffe. We're getting Peacemaker and Superman. We're getting not the Authority. Definitely not getting that soon. But remember, and speaking of Superman, believe in the bulge. And we'll see you guys next time. Fuck you, Jeff Snyder.